Hi, my name is Sunday. In this video, I'll be talking about documents needed to apply for Italian citizenship. So to those ones who want to become Italian citizen, to those ones who want to apply for Italian citizenship, not Italian passports. I'm talking about Italian citizenship because you must become Italian citizen before you apply for Italian passport. So some people are confused about it. You need to become Italian citizen first. After they have accepted you, approved you to become Italian citizen, then you can now go out there to go and apply for Italian passport. So we're looking into the documents needed to apply for this Italian citizenship. So those ones who care, who are getting themselves prepared to apply for Italian citizenship, then stick around, stay tuned, and watch this video. Now let's get started. So these are the documents needed to apply for Italian citizenship. So we're going to go through it one after the other. It says number one, €16 revenue stamp, €16 marca da bollo. So everyone know that one. You got to get yourself prepared to buy that one. Then number two, birth certificate. Your birth certificate, you're not going to get it here. You're going to get it in your home country. Ghana, wherever. If you're from Nigeria, you need to get it in Nigeria. That's your birth certificate. That's where you need to get it. For those ones that were given birth for many years ago, majority of us, we don't have birth certificate. The only thing is just to do affidavit. Is declaration of your age, affidavit of your birth certificate. So that is it. Even if you are not there in Africa and Nigeria, so they can do it for you in Africa. So you got to know that it's just for your father, your mother, whoever, your brother, your cousin, to declare your age, declare your birth certificate. That is it. Then number three, penal certificate, which is certificate di penale, the one of the thumbprint and other things. That one, you also need to get that one as well, and needs to be legalized in your home country. So that is, and two major things. Without these two things, the other things cannot be done. You understand? Even if you have all other requirements to be mentioned in here, €16 marca di bollo and other things, these two things needs to be done before any other things. If those two things are ready, the birth certificate and the penal certificate, they are approved, legalized and ready, then before you now apply with all that things, put other things together and apply for Italian citizenship. So possibly in another set of video, we'll be doing how you need to obtain the birth certificate and also the penal certificate, which is certificato di penale, how and where you need to obtain it. Because some people are confused. They don't know how to go about it. For those who have asilo, there's no problem. They have to get it here in Italy. They don't need to go to Africa or go to their home country if they have asilo. For those who have regular sojourner, regular document, any other type of sojourner, you need to get it from your home country, whether you are going to go or not. I'm going to be explaining this to you in another type of video, how you need to get that penal certificate for those ones who care about it. So let's go further. The fourth one is passport and identity card. So you also need to have your nationality passport. That is, if you are a asilo holder, you need to have your UN passport. So anybody that want to apply for Italian citizenship, there must be passports. So you need to have your passport, identity card as well, carta di identità and other things. Then residence permit. Your residence permit as well, which is the type of sojourner you have. Asilo, they know the type of sojourner they have. Other residence permits, that is it. So for you to apply for Italian citizenship, you need to have your residence permit as well. Without your residence permit, if you apply, because with type of residence permit you have, that also determine the type of requirements you also bring as well. If you have asilo, there are some requirements you don't need to bring. Easy, just like that of the penal, you don't need to go to your own country. But if you have other type of sojourner residence permits, you need to go to your home country. So if you also have carta sojourner, which is this 10 years residence permit, there are other things you also don't need to bring as well, e.g. like the exam. You don't need to do any exam. If you have carta sojourner, people should get that from me. It is in law. If you have EU long-term permit, this new one, 10 years sojourner, you don't need to write exam B1. But if you have asilo 5 years, then you need to write B1 exam. So you got to know that. And also, if you are applying direct from 2 years, you can also apply direct from 2 years lavoro subordinato, lavoro autonomo, lavoro whatsoever thing. If you meet up with the requirement of 10, you can also apply as well. And if you apply, then you also need that exam B1 as well. But if you have kata sojourno, you don't need B1. So let's go further. So number 6, historical certificate of residence. So this one, they are talking about your residence, how long you've been in Italy. If, for instance, you've been in different cities, then you need to communicate with your city to know since when you started your residence. That is the history. You're talking about the history of your residence. So you don't need to be going from one comune to the other. So let me also put this to everyone out there, because some people are so confused when they tell them to go and bring the history of their residence. Maybe they have been in 10 communes in Italy, 10 different cities. You don't need to be going to Sardinia, Sicily, Napoli, Rome, Torino, wherever, to go and be asking them one after the other. If you are sure that your residence has not, maybe they never caught them before, has not been revoked, or your residence has not been blocked, has not been removed from the system, you know from your heart. Then, and also you know when you started your first residence. Maybe your first residence started in Sardinia. You know when you started it. Then you start from the date, because on the system, they don't need the certificate of your history of residence. They don't need it. They don't need it on paper. The person that want to fill it only need it for him to see it, to fill it. Because there's a place you need to fill. It's just for him to write, you started your residence in so and so dates. You moved to this city in so and so dates. You move to the other city in so and so date. You move to the other city in so and so date. You must know the dates you moved to, from this city to the other city, from this city to the other city. But if you have been in just one commune, so you just want to know the dates you started that commune and the dates till now. You understand? So that's just, it's just what they need to fill on the computers, fill online. So they don't need the certificate. There's nothing like certificate that will prove. You also have to submit it. No. Once you fill it, Prefectura, they are going to do the control by themselves. They know how long you've been in different cities. So it's just for you to fill it. When I did mine, it's only right. I only wrote it on paper. I started this commune in so and so year. I left that commune in so and so year. I started the other commune in so and so year, so and so date. I left that. I wrote it on ordinary piece of paper. I gave it to the person. You only use it to, because there's a column, there's a place you need to fill. It's just to type it. The person started this commune in so and so date and left that commune to another commune in so and so date. That is what they need to fill. So there's nothing like certificate you need to present, of which they will not look at the paper, they'll be looking at it, but there's nothing like that. So how do you get it if, for instance, you don't know the history of your residence? Now, the way I did mine was that I didn't go from one commune to the other. I make a call. Just type it on Google if you don't know the address or their phone number. If you know their phone number, very good. Just make a call. You have been in such and such commune before. My name is such and such. If you still know the Carta de Identidad you were having, the number of the Carta de Identidad, this is my number of Carta de Identidad, I was in so and so via. Please, I want to know the history of my residence. I want to know when I started this commune and also when I left. They will just look at the system, type your name and everything. Even though you have been in that commune for 10 years ago and you left that commune even 5 years ago or 10 years ago, they will type it on their system, find out that Mr. So and so started this commune in so and so date and left this commune in so and so date. They will just tell it to you. Or you write them email. You can also do that. Just type it, write it on email to them. My name is such and such. My Carta de Identidad number is such and so. I was living in so and so via. Please, I would like to know the history of my residence. You write, and they will write you back. You started in so and so time. Then you left in so and so time. You keep that one part. You go to the other commune. You don't need to go. Type it on Google. Search the address. Maybe Commune de Napoli. Type it on Google. The address and everything will show. Their phone number, their email will show. Think the commune anagraphy, their anagraphy office. You understand? So that's just it. So type it to them. You don't need to be going from one place to, that's just a secret. You don't need to be going from one commune to the other. So you type it, write it, or you call them. They also write it to you. Write everything on piece of paper. That's how I did mine. I write it on piece of paper. I went to where I want to apply. The person saw it. Okay, are you sure you started in so and so date? I say yes. Then the person type it on the computer. That's it. So there's nothing like the certificate on hand. You understand? So that's it. For those ones who have been to one commune, the different communes, that's how you need to go about it. If you are just in just one commune, you have not left that place, then you can also go to that commune if you know when you started. So it's very easy to just trek to that commune, tell them this is what you need. They'll just write it for you, and you go there to go and do what you want to do. So that's how you need to go about this history of residence. And if there's hole in your residence, it will stand against it. That's another problem. Then number 7, it says model CU, Unico, and model settled rent. We're talking about your ready to your code. So your ready to and your code, you also got to prepare that one as well. If you have settled renter, it's the same thing. Code entity settled renter, so it's the same thing. Your settled renter, just one. It's either your unique those ones when they're autonomous, or your code, your ready to, or your settled renter. Any of the three one you get, you can use it as well. Then the eighth one says certificate of knowledge of the Italian language at a level not lower than B1. So for those ones who don't get Carta Soggiorno, you must present this B1 at a level not lower. Now, if you get other certificate when higher or when they higher than B1, then you can also use it as well. If you get other certificates, maybe you don't get this B1 proper, but you get another certificate when high past this one, you can use it as well. That is it. For those ones when get Carta Soggiorno, you don't need any exam. I got to repeat that. No need any exam. Anybody when not get Carta Soggiorno, you need that. Then the number 9 says payment of the contribution of 250 euros. Payment of the contribution of this money. That's money you need to pay. So this is some of the things you need to know, prepare before you can apply for Italian citizenship. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.